2, Scene 3. Benedict is tricked into believing that Beatrice is in love with him. Oh god, this scene. Okay. Scene 3. Enter Benedict. This is Benedict. Boy. Here's the boy. Signor. In my chamber window lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard. I am here already, sir. I know that. But I would have thee hence, and here again. The boy exits. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn, by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music within him but the drum and the fife. And now, had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? I have known when he would have walked 10 mile afoot to see a good armor. And now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet? He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man, and the soldier. And now is he turned orthography. Ugh. His words are a very fantastical banquet. Just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he have made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician. Her hair shall be of what color it pleases God. Ha! What do you know? Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the arbor. Benedict hides. Enter Don Pedro, Leonato, and Claudio. This is Don Pedro. Let me fix my head a bit. Hope I'm looking down at the book when I'm reading this. So, here's Don Pedro. Come, shall we hear this music?
This is Claudio. Yea, my good lord. How still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
Don Pedro says as aside to Claudio. See you where Benedict hath hid himself.
Oh, very well, my lord. The music ended, will fit the hid fox with a pennyworth.
Enter Balthazar. Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, good my lord. Tax not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
That's about Balthazar.
Any more than one. I took that as him.
Don Pedro. It is the witness still of excellency, to put a strange face on his own perfection. I pray thee sing, and let me woo, and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit to her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos. Yet will he swear he loves.
Nay, pray thee, come. Or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my notes.
There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting. Why, these are very crotchets. Why, these are very crotchets that he speaks. Notes, forsooth, and nothing. Let's see here. The accompaniment begins. This is Benedict. Now, divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hale souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all's done. Now Balthazar is singing.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sound of woe into hey nonny nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more of dumps so dull and heavy. The fraud of man was ever so, since summer first was leafy. Then sigh not so, but let them go, oh, oh, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny nonny.
By my troth, a good song. A good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No, no, faith. Thou singest well enough for a shift. And he had been a dog that shouted, wait, hold on, I can't beat that, hold on a second, sorry. And he had been a dog that should have howled thus, they would have hanged him. And I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief. I had as lief have heard the night raven, come what plague could have come after it. Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee, get us some excellent music for tomorrow. For tomorrow night. We would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonato. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict? Fig, I technically listened to Maury. Hey, you know what? Maury's worth listening to. All Maurys. Anyway, Don Pedro, your niece in love with Signor Benedict? And Claudio, aside.
Oh, hey, stock on, the fowl sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither.
That's Leonato.
But most wonderful that she should dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviours seemed ever to abhor.
It's possible? This is, Benedict. It's possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you... You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How, I pray you? You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is a gull. But that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot, sure, hide himself in such reverence.
He hath ta'en the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true, indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I say she? Shall I? Says she, that have so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says she now when she is beginning to write to him. For she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock, till she ever writ a sheet of paper. My daughter... Oh, shoot! That's not Don Pedro. This is Leonato. Let's rephrase that again.
Write to tell him that I love him.
This says she now when she's beginning to write to him, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock, till she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper, I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
Oh, when she had writ it and was reading it over, she found Benedick and Beatrice between the sheet.
That.
Oh, she tore the letter in 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to one that she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me, yea, though I loved him I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed, my daughter says so. And the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter is sometime afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedick knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it, and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent, sweet lady, and, out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedick.
O my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, as I have just cause being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have doffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you tell Benedick of it. I pray you tell Benedick of it, and hear what he will say. And hear what I will say.
Were it good, you think?
Hero thinks surely she will die. Die! For she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her, rather than she will bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you all know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you, and in the managing of quarrels you may say he is wise, for either he avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with a most Christian-like fear.
If he do fear God, I must necessarily keep a peace. Let me rephrase that, sorry. If he do fear God, must necessarily keep peace. If he break the peace, he ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so will he do, for the man doth fear God. However, it seems not in him, but by some large jest he will make. Well, I am sorry for your niece. She will go seek Benedick, and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedick well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. The sport will be when they hold one opinion of the other's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene that I would see, which will be merely a dumb show. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
Exit Don Pedro, Claudio, and Leonato. Benedict's coming forward now after hearing all that, the setup. Here's Benedict. This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she would rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so. I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may by chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. Enter Beatrice. By the day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her. Here's Beatrice. Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains. I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come. You take pleasure, then, in the message? Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point, and not choke a doll withal. You have no stomach, signor? Fare you well. Beatrice leaves. Ha! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much as to say, any pains that I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity of her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a Jew. I will go get her picture. Okay, Act 3 is about to begin. Let me flex. Let me stretch my back. Ooh. I love that scene. Well, that was creepy. What part, Fig? I didn't look up. I was just reading. That is if you're still here. Don't worry about it. You can just lurk. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry. Yeah, the lovey part. Yes, where Benedict is just like so into her and he can't contain his giddiness. Yeah. It's funny. You had to retrieve the body you disposed of earlier. Understood. Everyone's got bodies to retrieve. We've all got skeletons, as they say. I want to look down a little bit more. I'm going to keep going on with the Shakespeare, if you folks don't mind. Having a good time. Come on. Where is it? There we go. Ah! I'm going to stop blowing up your mobile. Fig, she wouldn't stop blowing up your mobile until I came and got her. Ah! Understood. Wakarimashita. Naruhodo. Excuse me. So, here comes Act 3. The scene involves Beatrice is tricked into believing that Benedict is in love with her. So now they're going to turn the tables onto Beatrice. What they had done to Benedict. Scene 1. Enter hero and 2 gentlewomen. Margaret and Ursula. Okay. Time to think of some voices.
Hero talks like that. Very soft-spoken, very gentle.
Margaret is sultry like this. Hello. And Ursula, I'll make a... Ursula. How should Ursula talk? I don't remember how she used to talk, but I think I was having like, you cannot fool me. She talk with a voice like that. That's Ursula. Talk like that. Okay. Hero, Margaret, Ursula. There we go. Here is Hero.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. Yeah, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice, proposing with the prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear, and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleached bower where honeysuckles ripened by the sun. Forbid the sun to enter, like favorites, made proud by princes, that advanced their pride against that power that bred it. There she will hide her, to listen our purpose. This is thy office. Bear thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I shall make come, I warrant you, presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be by thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay.
Enter Beatrice, who hides.
Now begin, for look where Beatrice like a lapwing runs, close by the ground to hear our conference.
Aside to hero.
The pleasantest angling is to see the fish. Cut with her golden oars the silver stream, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is crouched in the woodbine coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue. Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait that we lay for her.
They are approaching Beatrice's hiding place.
No, truly, Ursula, she is disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock. But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? So says the prince and my new-trothed lord. And did they bid you tell her of it, madam? They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they'd love Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it. Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full as fortune a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon? Oh, God of love! I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared. Sure, I think so, and therefore certainly it were not good. She knew his. Oh yeah, let me try again.
and therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she'll make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw man, how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backwards. If fair-faced, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If black, why nature, drawing of an antic, made a foul blot. If tall, a lance ill-headed. If low, an agate very vilely cut. If speaking, why a vein blown with all winds. If silent, why a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
She want to stop blowing up. Oh, that's the same thing. Okay.
Sure, such carping is not commendable. No, not to be so odd and from all fashions as Beatrice is cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedick, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedick.
He is the only man of Italy.
Always excepted my dear Claudio. I pray you, be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedick, for shape, for bearing, argument, and valour, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires, and have thy counsel, which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
This is aside now. The talking aside.
She's limed, I think. Limed. I warned you, we have caught her, madam. If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
Exit hero and Ursula. Coming forward out of her hiding place is Beatrice, after overhearing everything. This is Beatrice. I use my natural voice for her, so.
What fire in mine ears. Can this be true?
Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedick, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love me, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it. I believe it better than reportingly. That was Beatrice, so she wasn't as crazy as Benedick over it, but she is showing affection. So, Act 3, Scene 2. What is this part? Oh no, it's this. That's what I think it is. Yes, it is what I think it is. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. I think that's a good stopping point right there. Let me reread Beatrice's part. I thought it was longer, so I had it different in my head. So let me try and redo her part. So when she comes forward, I'm going to do it with more passion. What fire in mine ears! No. What fire in mine ears! Can this be true? Huh. Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedick, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love me, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly. There we go. That was better. And I think I'll stop right there. After Beatrice and Benedict are starting to open up about their feelings to themselves, because clearly they actually do like each other. Love each other. Thank you for